Hi, Thebe, how are you?
Hi, Georgina. I'm good. And yourself?
Good, thank you. Thanks so much for taking the time. I understand you're super duper busy at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And next week I actually have my show as well in South Africa. So yeah, a lot. I'm juggling quite a bit right now.
Well, thank you for slotting me in. I wanted to ring you because there was an amazing event in London, International Fashion Showcase, which is put on by the British Council and British Fashion Council, of which you won. So congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But it was such an incredible event and some amazing exhibitions. But I wanted to talk about a little bit about yours because I feel like it was particularly emotive and symbolic, and there were some really amazing pieces there. So tell me a little bit about kind of the process before International Fashion Showcase and how it all came about for you.
Okay. So IFS was actually quite rigorous, Yes, it culminated into an exhibition earlier on this year, but it started about maybe last year around May, April even, So the British Council sort of sent out their feelers to various sort of embassies and fashion institutions within various countries. And for us, they had chosen to speak to Elle magazine, and they asked who are the designers doing interesting things within their country. And one of the names they had provided to the British Council wasn't me. So the British Council contacted me and said that would I be interested in participating in IFS, although I'd have to, apply because it's quite the process. And I said, of course. And the first stage of applying was us telling them what we would do if we were given the opportunity to showcase at Somerset House. And I told them my ideas, how I'd want to represent a very authentic vision for South Africa, because I feel like not a lot of people actually know what happens in the country. So I said, first and foremost, that would be my main concern, showing that side, like the true face of contemporary South Africa. And I sent my presentation and I got into the second sort of phase of elimination, where we had to send samples to London to Sarah Moa and a panel of judges so that they can look at the quality of work and the level of design. And a few weeks later they had told me that I'd gotten into the third and final sort of stage of elimination, where it was just honestly just a talk between myself and a few people from the British Fashion Council and the British Council. I'm just telling them about myself and what I want for the brand going forward. Then I got into the IFS program, which has been incredible because not only has it been this installation, but it was also an online course actually through the London College of Fashion, which gave me a business development certificate at the end of it. So it was quite intense, but it was, the best time of my life.
And because you had been designing for quite a while prior to IFS, hadn't you?
Yes, well, 2 years. My brand is 2 years old. I'm going into my fifth collection now. I was speaking to Sarah Moa, and yeah, she felt like IFS will truly give me more visibility than I had at the time, and it's true. It really worked to my advantage.
That's great. Very well deserved, I should add as well.
Thank you. No, it came out so beautifully, and everything I had set out to do like came across quite well with the creative team I was working with and everything.
Yeah, the space was fantastic and it was kind of focused around this idea of dawning and these three
Yes.
women.
Yes. So yeah, the installation space was called Dawning, and I wanted the whole installation to basically celebrate the progress we've really made as a country over the past few years, starting with our constitution, which many people know is one of the most progressive in the world. And it's progressive because it was sort of rewriting the wrongs of the version it was before, during apartheid a few years ago, where, the Constitution then said Black people couldn't sit on benches or be in certain spaces at certain times, So post the Constitution post 94 is super inclusive of all the types of people we have in the country. And I thought that's very important to talk about if the space is talking about progression within the country. And there's three women floating around that table just to show how more and more South Africa is becoming even more women-led,
Mm.
which is also something to be quite celebrated. You know, we tend sometimes to have quite a lot of traditionalist, almost misogynistic incidences that happen. But, you know, despite all that pushback, women are still really occupying key positions and making really important decisions about the trajectory of our country.
Mm.
Yeah.
Super powerful, emotive message.
Thank you.
Would you think it's fair to say that there's a real female force within your designs?
I think because female is all I've really known. I grew up with a family of very strong women, my mother, my aunts, and my grandmothers, who were very, very headstrong and super independent, and who all also happened to be very stylish. So that sort of all informed my work and ideas around fashion growing up. So yeah, women is really all I know.
Well, it certainly pays off for an incredible collection showing at IFS. And what an incredible year it's been for you as well. So you launched Zine Faculty Press earlier in this year, and also you've been nominated for LVMH Prize, which is incredible.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I can say this. I'm not sure when this will actually come out, but I got a call the other day and they had said that I've made it into the top 8.
Oh, fantastic news.
Yes, yes. Yeah, this year has just been so fantastic. It seems like all the hard work over these past few years is really just coming together really well. And yeah, as you said, the launch of my zine, that's probably one of the highlights of my year so far, because it's been so long in the making. With Faculty Press, I really just wanted to show what incredible things are happening within the country. You know, I have so many friends who are so amazing within their respective fields, but don't necessarily get the visibility, you know, because there's also been such a collapse in traditional media. So I thought, you know, I think the best way to showcase, you know, the true face of contemporary South Africa is by starting a zine titled Faculty Press. And it's just 160 pages across art, fashion, music that just shows what the country is truly up to, you know, and to sort of educate people as to what happens and not just the stereotypical sort of things people imagine South Africa to be. Yeah.
It's so important to have platforms like that, particularly one that celebrates kind of collaboration and innovation and kind of the youth of South Africa, really.
Exactly, yeah.
I want to talk about the title Faculty Press a little bit, because you seem to have a little bit of a penchant for educational titles, and you've had art history and geology and gender studies for collection titles, and now Faculty Press for a zine. And tell me a little bit about that.
So I have a very deep respect for education, and I'm not sure where that's from because none of my family are teachers, but I think I just understand its value, you know, in elevating society and just its value in general. So within my own brand, all my collections are named after university subjects, which is a treat for me because when I'm doing the collections, I have to sit down and actually read into the subject that I'm going into next. So it educates me as well, you know, because I'm learning about a new field altogether. And then I thought for Faculty Press, because I wanted to be an annual sort of yearbook capturing the gems that happen within the year in South Africa, that would be apt to sort of connect the two, because Faculty Press is a sister brand to my own fashion brand, which generally has sort of an educational feel around it. So that's how Faculty Press came to be.
It's lovely that they work in harmony in this way. It's nice.
Yes.
So I'm interrupting you in the middle of right before you're about to show your next collection. That's the main thing you're working on at the moment. All systems go on the next collection.
Yeah, we're actually, but I don't know if you're hearing machines go off in the back right now, but yeah, that's what we're doing now. At SA Fashion Week, my next collection is titled African Studies. That's the next subject I'm going into. And with African Studies, I just wanted to merge motifs and prints and general references from my own sort of culture with shapes and proportions that are quite tailored and modern. So that's the premise of the next collection. So there's a lot of interesting juxtapositioning, you know, that sense of tradition and modernity, or masculinity and femininity, all coming together.
Well, I'll let you get back. Thank you so much for talking to me, Thebe. I really, really appreciate it. It was lovely to chat.
Thank you so much for having me, Georgina.
Thank you.
See you in Paris soon.
See you in Paris soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Speak soon.
Bye, Georgina.
Bye. Bye.